It's girly power. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Todd Gurley, fresh off a standout performance a week ago, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. With that, let's head inside the Ford Field in Detroit. We're standing by are the two men who will bring you this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, the seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in 2019 from Ohio State. It's Dwayne Haskins. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Haskins on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back, but it's still a 3rd and 8. Third down. Here's Haskins. And Ingram hauls it in. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
The third down pass complete to Evan Ingram.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the hood up.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Joe Mixon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
Gurley with a little bit of an opening there as he's able to get 5 on first down. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Open man is Uzama. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. A look at the starters now defensively for the Bears. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Here we go. 180! Here I come! Here I come! Here I come! Here I come!
Garoppolo now. First down throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain of 32 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Todd Gurley, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the delay, it's Mixon, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. We'll look now at our starting defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. 1 in running the ball, 1 in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
On 3rd down, Haskins. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the 1st. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Here's Haskins to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. second down. It's Henderson. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Yeah, baby! Yeah! Like 59! Like 59!
Now Haskins, third and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep is Trevor Davis. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
A run with Gurley there on 1st down. Going to get about 4 yards. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Like 80! Yeah. You don't want none. Switch it.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The tackle made there by Jared Davis. On 2nd and 7, Haskins finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Haskins now already over 100 yards passing in this 1st quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. From midfield now, Haskins. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now Haskins to throw it to Mixon on the check down. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw, Haskins. Completes it to Hardman. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Garoppolo now. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On play action, now Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Garoppolo. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Dorsett's got it. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dorsett making the catch. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Garoppolo on 1st down. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Now it's Gurley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, fights loose. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
It's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he was kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Point after try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. That one goes for 30 yards.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
On third down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
Here we go.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 12-yard line.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Philip Dorsett His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Lutz good on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. From the gun, a give to Henderson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Haskins. He finds his running back, Mixon. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Garoppolo. Complete to Dorsett. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that one's complete to Gurley.
We see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Garoppolo again. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Garoppolo over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. He gets away from one, and he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Haskins will throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Haskins. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll get things started in the NFC North. Minnesota on the road traveling to Lambeau, and they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. Andrew Luck back and better than ever. 3 touchdown passes. From there, it's off to Jacksonville to see what's going on with the Jags. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, it was Jimmy Garoppolo who was brilliant in that first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Wait,
They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Pick 6 all day. Don't throw myself.
First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On play action, Haskins. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. DK Metcalf, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point safely through, and we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting the lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Here we go, here we go.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line.
Johnson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Check 31. Check 31.
Play action. Garoppolo. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 24 yards.
Here we go. Here we go. 180. What we got? What we got? What we got?
On first down, Garoppolo. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they have regained the lead. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. J.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Haskins finding Knox there, complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
52 right here. 65.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Gonna flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Garoppolo now. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Now a draw play for Gurley. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
52's the mark, boy, 52.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Here we go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL at picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side, you know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. That's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. From midfield now, Haskins going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And that'll bring up second down. On second down, Mixon. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 42. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Let's go.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Henderson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. Catch is made by Harry. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
To the football, it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is alive. And now off to the races, down the right side. The 20. Touchdown, Lions. Now Garoppolo will lead his guys up to go for the 2-point try. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Fighting to stay upright. Fighting through pressure. And now Garoppolo lost the football. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They're like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Finds his tight end, Ingram. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Haskins. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the... Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Back to the air, Haskins after the pick 6. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. From the gun on 3rd down. Haskins. He's got it. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And our attention shifts to Todd Gurley. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And taken right on the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Haskins to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now it's Haskins. Completes it to Hardman. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll run for it with Love. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now Haskins on 1st down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Looking to throw, Haskins. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Let's go, baby.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here's Haskins. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Fletcher Cox in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and goal, Haskins to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now 4th and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Lions will take over. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. The dump off good for 8 there on 1st down. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. On the counter, Gurley. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out wide to Dorsett. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go. 180. 3 bud. Switch.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Gotta do better. Come on,
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. Now Haskins to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they fall to defeat for the second time this season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.